Fala galera, tudo ótimo? Então, hoje com este vídeo estou lançando uma nova série de vídeos que se chama Smalltalk. E vão ser curtas entrevistas com meus amigos, membros da família, colegas, para mostrar um pouco mais o inglês do dia a dia, inglês descontraído, né? E vou pausar o vídeo em certos momentos para explicar em português trechos que foram um pouco mais difíceis ou confusos, né? Smalltalk, a propósito, é o que se faz quando conhecer outra pessoa pela primeira vez para falar sobre o que você faz na vida ou de onde você é. Ou também Smalltalk pode ser entre amigos depois de um tempo de não conversarem para botar o papo em dia. O primeiro Smalltalk é com meus pais e também vai ter uma legenda em inglês. Você pode ativar se quiser. Vamos lá! Hello, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Kevin.
We're going to start with you,
Okay.
Dad. So if you could tell me your name and where you're from.
It's Brian. I'm from Medina, Ohio.
And Mom?
I'm Debra, and I was raised in Richfield, Ohio, which is close to here, but I live in Medina now.
Okay. And you were raised close to Cleveland.
It was
To
a
Debra.
suburb called Rocky River.
Okay.
But I was born in St. Luke's Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio.
Can you tell me a little bit about when you both met?
We were older. I was in my very late 20s and thought by that time I wouldn't be getting married. I was working as a nurse, and one of my girlfriends told me that her boyfriend knew somebody who had a boat.
A minha mãe falou one of my girlfriends. Quando uma mulher diz girlfriend, normalmente quer dizer uma amiga dela. Porém, o oposto não funciona. Qualquer pessoa chamando um amigo de boyfriend não quer dizer que ele é um amigo só.
And one of my girlfriends told me that her boyfriend knew somebody who had a boat, and her boyfriend's friend said that if he could find a date for him on the boat, that we could all go boating together.
Date, no sentido de namorar, pode significar um compromisso ou também pode ser a pessoa que você está namorando. A minha mãe usou date no segundo sentido.
And her boyfriend's friend said that if he could find a date for him on the boat, that we could all go boating together. So my friend Gloria, the other nurse I worked with, asked me if I would go out with this person I didn't even know, so that we could all four go on a boat. And I said, I really don't have time. But I said, okay.
So why did you not have time?
I was in law school. I didn't have any time.
Ela falou, I didn't have any time. Em português, a tradução certa desta frase seria, eu não tinha nenhum tempo, algo assim. Mas em inglês a gente não pode falar, I didn't have no time. Isso se chama double negative, ter dois negativos na mesma frase. O segundo negativo cancelaria o primeiro, o que significaria que ela tinha tempo sim. Então, em inglês, só negativo é suficiente numa frase.
I was in law school. I didn't have any time.
And you were working at the same time, correct?
And I was
As a
working at
nurse.
the same time.
It was what they call a blind date.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't know anything about her. So we just got to know each other.
And look where we are now.
Yes, exactly.
Tomorrow is your 30th anniversary, right?
That's
Exactly.
right.
Wow. Congrats.
Thanks.
Eu falei congrats. É uma forma mais curta e informal de dizer congratulations. Parabéns. Wow. Congrats.
Thanks.
And you know, it's funny because as you've heard this story, we didn't totally like each other that first time. I thought Dad was, kind of full of himself, sort of, and he thought I was very judgmental. And
A expressão to be full of oneself quer dizer ser arrogante.
Dad was, kind of full of himself, sort of, and he thought I was very judgmental. And
I'm glad you said that.
And you both took foreign languages in school, right?
both did.
When did you have to start?
Freshman.
Freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school.
So ninth grade.
Tem 12 níveis de escola aqui nos Estados Unidos. Níveis 9 até 12 se chama high school e cada nível tem um nome próprio. 9 é freshman, 10 é sophomore, 11 é junior e 12 é senior. O meu pai falou freshman quando ele tinha mais ou menos 14 anos.
Freshman.
Freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school.
So ninth grade.
So, but I think we only had to take 2 years, if I remember correctly.
So you started as a freshman though?
So as a freshman, I had 2 years of Spanish, or maybe a sophomore and junior, 2 years of Spanish.
So you did Spanish and just for 2 years?
Yes.
Did you do anything in college or?
The college I went to didn't require a language, so no.
So that was your only language
That's
instruction?
my only language instruction.
And how about you, Mom?
I started taking French in 4th grade. We didn't have a choice. That was part of our curriculum, French. So I took it all the way through 11th grade. I can't remember if I took it in my last year of high school or not. I don't think I did. I think I dropped out of French at that point and took art classes.
To drop out é um phrasal verb que quer dizer desistir no sentido de uma aula.
I dropped out of French at that point and took art classes.
Through my work, I had to go to Japan and train there. I also had to train in Germany. I had to train in the Netherlands. I was in steel production.
Steel production.
And then also I had to go to Mexico, work in Mexico a little bit, and that was through Fair Trade Acts.
Did you get to use Spanish in Mexico that you learned?
Very little, because it was very high paced because we were working in the judicial system, and we had translators all the time with us, both from the United States and from Mexico.
So our family has hosted several exchange students in the past with International 4-H.
Eu falei have hosted em vez de hosted só. Eu usei o tempo verbal, o present perfect, porque estava falando sobre múltiplas ações terminadas no passado. Eu já fiz um vídeo a respeito. E International 4-H é um programa de intercâmbio para adolescentes que é bastante comum aqui nos Estados Unidos.
So our family has hosted several exchange students in the past with International 4-H. Could you just briefly talk about the 3 students we hosted?
So we had first a Japanese girl, then we had a Danish boy for a month through International 4-H, and about 2 years later we had another Japanese boy, Kohei. So altogether we've hosted children from 2 different countries, but a month at a time.
And we've also hosted chaperones and videographers from Japan. We want to hopefully go to Japan in 2017. We want to travel this country a lot because there's so many things to see here. But we'd like to also go to Europe. You know, my heritage is Scottish and Debra's is Czechoslovakian. So we'd like to go to different parts of Europe also. And I have some German background, and so we want to travel around Europe also.
We've got friends in England and friends in Paris and
Notem que quando falar informalmente, a palavra and torna-se mais ou menos. Não é friends in England and friends in Paris and. É England and friends in Paris and etc.
We've got friends in England and friends in Paris, and we've heard so much about Brazil through you. We both would love to go there.
Well, let's teach you a word of Portuguese then to end the video. Abraço, which means hug, and it's a very common way to say goodbye to someone. You'll say ciao, abraço.
Ciao, abraço.
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 Exactly.
Ciao, abraço.
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 Yeah, exactly.
Ciao, abraço.
Opa.